If these signs feel familiar, especially the last one, it might be time for a silent reality check. Before we dive in, if you want the brutal truth about attraction and how to fix what's actually broken, smash that like button and subscribe because we don't sugarcoat anything here. Drop in the comments where you're watching from right now. Sign 1. You have lots of female friends. If you're constantly surrounded by girls, but none of them ever flirted with you or showed even the slightest sign of attraction, let's be honest, genuinely attractive guys rarely stay just friends forever. Psychology calls this the friendship zone placement, and it's not random. When women categorize you as friend material immediately, it's a behavioral signal. Their brain made a split-second assessment and decided you're safe, not exciting. Safe means low sexual threat, which sounds good until you realize it also means low sexual interest. Not sure if you're actually attractive? Post your picture in the comments. The comment section never lies about attraction. People will tell you the truth strangers won't say to your face. From a neurological standpoint, attraction triggers specific brain responses within milliseconds. The ventral tegmental area activates, dopamine floods the system, pupils dilate. If women aren't having these involuntary reactions around you, the issue isn't personality compatibility. It's absence of initial attraction triggers. Here's what most guys miss. Female friendships with men they're attracted to always carry tension. There's flirtation, there's testing, there's energy. If your female friendships feel completely neutral and platonic from day one, you're not in the friend zone by accident. You're there by design. Behaviorally, women create opportunities for escalation with men may find attractive. They touch your arm during conversation. They laugh harder at your jokes. They find excuses to be alone with you. If none of your female friends ever displayed these behaviors, they never saw you as a romantic option. The harsh reality is that men who complain about having too many female friends are often men who women feel completely comfortable rejecting. You're not threatening enough to avoid, but you're not appealing enough to pursue. You exist in relationship limbo. Psychologically, this pattern often stems from people-pleasing behavior. You've optimized yourself to be liked rather than desired. You agree too much, you're too available, you never create tension or challenge. Women appreciate you the same way they appreciate a good coworker, not the way they desire a potential partner. Sign 2. No girls are engaging with your social media. If nobody's checking your profile, watching your stories, or reacting to your posts, that silence says something real. Social media behavior is modern attraction signaling, and women who find you attractive will leave digital breadcrumbs. Try this right now. Share this video. Go to Instagram Direct and see who appears at the top of your suggested recipients. If there are no girls showing up there, that's your signal. The algorithm tracks interaction patterns, and it knows who's been watching you even when they don't engage publicly. Psychologically, women who are interested create reasons to stay in your digital orbit. They react to stories, they comment on posts, they view your profile multiple times. If your Instagram insights show zero female engagement, you're not on anyone's radar romantically. The brutal truth is that attractive men have women sliding into their DMs without even trying. They wake up to messages, story replies, random compliments. If your inbox is empty and your story views are all dudes or family members, the market has spoken. Behaviorally, women invest attention in men they find valuable. If they're not investing digital attention, they're definitely not investing real-world interest. Social media is low stakes. If they won't even double-tap a photo, they're certainly not thinking about you romantically. From an evolutionary psychology perspective, women are selective about where they place their attention. Every like, every comment, every story view is a micro-investment. If you're getting zero female engagement, you're not passing the initial filtering system their brain runs automatically. Here's the part that stings. Your male friends might get dozens of likes from girls on the same type of content you post. It's not the content, it's the person posting it. Women engage with men they want to stay connected to, even if they're not actively pursuing them. The digital landscape reveals attraction hierarchies brutally. You can see exactly who gets attention and who doesn't. If you're consistently on the wrong side of that divide, denial won't help you. Acknowledgement and adjustment will. Sign 3. Children cry around you. Sounds stupid, right? But kids read energy immediately. If you smile at a baby and they burst into tears, they're reacting to something real that adults have learned to hide. According to psychology, infants are incredibly sensitive to facial symmetry, vocal tone, and energetic presence. They haven't developed social filters yet, so their reactions are pure instinct. When a child cries at your approach, they're responding to subtle cues that adults consciously ignore but subconsciously register. This isn't about being ugly, it's about presence. Children respond to confidence, warmth, and non-threatening energy. If you make kids uncomfortable, you're likely projecting anxiety, uncertainty, or something that reads as energetically off.
From an evolutionary standpoint, women are biologically wired to notice how men interact with children. It's mate selection programming. If kids don't like you, women's subconscious alarm bells go off, even if they can't articulate why. Here's the part nobody talks about.
Attractive men typically have an easy rapport with children because they're comfortable in their own skin. They don't try too hard. They don't perform. They just exist naturally. If children sense you're performing or uncomfortable, they react negatively. Neurologically, children's threat detection systems are hypersensitive. Their amygdala processes facial expressions and body language faster than adults because survival depends on quickly identifying danger. If something about your energy registers as unsafe or unstable, they cry. This extends beyond just babies. Notice how kids interact with different adults at family gatherings. Some uncles have children climbing all over them within minutes. Others can't get near a child without causing discomfort. It's not random. It's energetic compatibility and authentic presence. The connection to attraction is direct. Women use children's reactions as data points when evaluating men. A guy who naturally connects with kids signals emotional stability, patience, and secure attachment. A guy who makes children cry signals the opposite, even if he's trying to be friendly. Sign 4. Women never initiate contact with you. Think about your phone right now. When was the last time a woman texted you first, just to talk? Not to ask a favor, not about work or logistics, but because she wanted to connect with you specifically. Psychologically, women initiate with men they're interested in. They might not be direct about romantic intent, but they create conversation opportunities. They send memes, they ask questions, they tech in randomly. If your messages with women only happen when you reach out first, you're not on their mind. From a behavioral standpoint, interest creates action. If a woman finds you attractive or intriguing, her brain will generate reasons to interact with you. She'll remember something she wanted to tell you, she'll send you something funny, she'll create touch points. The absence of female-initiated contact is a clear signal. You're not generating enough interest to occupy mental real estate. They don't think about you when you're not physically present. You're situational, not significant. Here's what attractive guys experience differently. Women text them first constantly. Random good morning messages, funny observations throughout the day, excuses to start conversations. If you've never experienced this pattern, you're not triggering the interest that creates it. Socially, women are taught to be less direct about romantic interest, but they're extremely direct about maintaining connection with men they value. They won't ask you out explicitly, but they'll make it ridiculously easy for you to ask them out by staying in constant contact. If you're always the one initiating, always the one keeping conversations alive, always the one suggesting plans, you're trying harder than they are. That effort and balance tells you everything about their level of interest.
Sign 5. Your presence doesn't change the energy in a room. When you walk into a space, does anyone look up? Do conversations pause momentarily? Does the social dynamic shift at all? Or do you blend into the background like furniture? According to psychology, attractive people have what's called social magnetism. Their presence registers, not because they demand attention, but because their energy naturally draws it. People unconsciously orient toward them, even in subtle ways. If you consistently enter rooms and nobody notices, you're not creating enough energetic impact. This isn't about being loud or performative, it's about authentic presence. Some people walk in and the room feels different. Others walk in and nothing changes. Behaviorally, this manifests in small ways. When you speak in group settings, do people actually listen, or do they talk over you? When you make a joke, does anyone laugh, or does it fall flat? When you leave early, does anyone care, or even notice? The truth is brutal, but liberating. Attraction isn't just your face, it's your energy, your confidence, how you show up in the world. Physical appearance is the entry ticket, but presence and energy determine whether people actually want to be around you. You can have a perfect face and still repel people if your energy is desperate, anxious, or trying too hard. Conversely, average-looking guys who carry themselves with genuine confidence and self-assurance naturally attract attention. It's not what you look like, it's what you feel like to be around. Psychologically, neediness and approval-seeking behavior are attraction killers. When you're constantly scanning for validation, checking if people like you, adjusting your behavior for acceptance, everyone can feel it. That energy reads as weakness, and weakness triggers avoidance, not attraction. Women respond to men who are outcome independent, guys who don't need female validation to feel good about themselves. If you're measuring your worth by how many girls notice you, that measurement system itself is the problem. From a behavioral economics perspective, attraction operates on scarcity and value perception. If you're always available, always accommodating, always saying yes, you signal low value. High-value men have boundaries, standards, priorities that exist independently of female approval.
Here's what changes everything. Stop asking if you're attractive enough and start asking if you're living in a way that makes you genuinely interesting. Attraction follows authenticity and purpose. When you're building something real, pursuing genuine interests, developing actual skills, the energy shift happens automatically. Most guys who struggle with attraction are stuck in a validation loop. They want women to like them so they feel valuable, but that need for validation is precisely what makes them unattractive. It's a self-perpetuating cycle that only breaks when you find value outside female attention.
The reality is that attraction is largely controllable once you understand the mechanics. It's not about genetics or luck. It's about energy management, value development, and authentic presence. Fix those elements, and everything else follows. If none of these signs apply to you, you're probably fine. If all of them hit home, you don't need to change what you look like. You need to change how you show up. Fix your energy, build genuine confidence, develop real value, and attraction follows naturally. But here's the part most guys miss. Recognition without action is just painful awareness. If this video described your reality accurately, sitting with that information won't help. You need a specific plan to rebuild attraction from the ground up. The good news is that attraction is a skill set, not a genetic lottery. You can learn the psychological triggers, the behavioral adjustments, the energy shifts that transform how people respond to you. It takes work, but it's completely achievable. Start with self-assessment. Which of these 5 signs hit hardest? That's your primary area of focus. If it's the female friends issue, you need to learn tension creation and escalation. If it's social media silence, you need to rebuild your digital presence and real-world value simultaneously. If it's the children crying thing, you need to work on authentic presence and nervous system regulation. If women never initiate contact, you need to become more interesting and valuable in ways that make them think about you when you're not around. If your presence doesn't change room energy, you need to develop genuine confidence and social impact. Each of these issues has specific solutions, but they all stem from the same root problem: lack of authentic, high-value presence. The transformation process isn't about becoming someone else. It's about removing the layers of people-pleasing, approval-seeking, and fear-based behavior that hide your actual value. Most guys aren't unattractive. They're just covered in anxiety and desperation that repels people. Strip away the neediness, develop genuine interests and skills, build a life that doesn't revolve around female validation, and watch how quickly the dynamic shifts. Women can sense when a man has purpose beyond their approval, and that independence is magnetic. Here's your action step right now. Pick the sign that resonated most strongly and commit to addressing it this week, not thinking about it, not planning to work on it eventually, but taking concrete action within 7 days. If this hit close to home and you want the complete breakdown of how to rebuild attraction from zero, check out the video on screen right now. We go deeper into the psychology, the practical steps, and the exact behaviors that shift how women respond to you. Click it and let's fix this.